to Debbie's Back Porch. So glad to have you with us. I'm in the mood for something low carb and crunchy, so I'm going to make candied walnuts and pecans with Splenda. You can use sugar if you like. The recipe works. You might want to pause and write this down, and then let's get cooking. If you want to make candied nuts with sugar, you can just put some sugar in a pan and put the nuts in it and caramelize it on top of the stove in a skillet. But that won't work with Splenda. It won't caramelize. So we've got to do something to keep the Splenda stuck to the nuts. So we're going to start out with 2 egg whites to make that happen. So I'm separating 2 eggs, and you see I just do that by pouring it in my hand and letting the white flow through my fingers into the jar. I use a 1-pint wide mouth jar for this. So I'm going to whip these up a little bit with my immersion blender. You want them really fluffy, not meringue. They don't need to go that long, but good and fluffy because we want them to stick to the nuts. So I'm pouring 2 cups of nuts into the bowl, and that's 2 cups by volume. And then we're gonna pour this egg white mixture over the nuts and stir it up really good. Make sure they're all covered, because this is what's gonna hold the sweetener to the nuts. And I have here 3/4 cup of Splenda, and you can use sugar, works just the same. And I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoonful of salt, and you do need the tiny bit of salt. You know, salt tamps down the bitter enough to let you taste the sugar. And we're going to stir it up very well. Make sure we get them covered. A little bit at a time. I have a cookie sheet here, and I've wrapped it in aluminum foil because this makes kind of a sticky mess and it's easier to clean. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little olive oil out all over. I'll spread it out fairly thinly. Just enough to sort of help them not stick so bad, because they're going to stick. And then we'll pour our nuts on top of this. And you want to spread them out, 1 layer. I have my oven preheating to 250, really low heat, because we don't want to scorch these. If you scorch them, they get bitter. So this is kind of a slow process. It's going to take 45 minutes to an hour, but we're going to check them and turn them at regular intervals, about 15 minutes. I took them out at 15 minutes and turned them, and now this is at 30 minutes. And you just loosen them from the aluminum foil and flip them over a little bit. You don't want to get them scorched. They'll start to get some color. And by the way, I should mention, put them on the top rack of your oven away from the bottom heat, because we really do want this to go kind of slowly. So I'm just turning and stirring and making sure nothing is stuck, making sure they're not stuck to each other or to the pan. And I've got one here, and it's fairly brown, so I think we're almost done, and it's great. 15 more minutes should do it. Well, this is 45 minutes total cooking time, and they're crunchy and sweet, and I think I'm done because I don't want to overcook them, and they are great. Let's plate these up. I'll show you what we've got. Nuts are a great low-carb treat, and this will satisfy your craving for crunch and sweet, or you can do a more savory profile with Parmesan cheese and different herbs. They're really great. Try them. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.